cosmologists like me and our group does is we study how the universe evolves with time, how it went from being very smooth and no order at all to something which looks like it's very complex and has structure on all scales. Now, that takes on a lot of different forms. I have experiments in Chile which study the cosmic microwave background, what the universe looked like at the very beginning. And I have experiments like BLAST which study the interim, what galaxies were like during their formation stages. And BLAST basically looks at the emitted light from early star formation, both in our galaxy and in distant galaxies. NASA projects come in all shapes and sizes, from the very, very big to the multi-billion-dollar project to little tiny student projects. We're somewhere in between. What we do is, we train students. I mean, I've always had students working on my project. It has a group dynamic where the older, more experienced people in the lab, they kind of expect that part of their job is to bring people online and get them the experience they need to go on to doing research after they leave here. So what's nice about the project that we're working on is it has all sorts of facets to it, ranging from building little tiny detectors to testing them, to building cryogenic systems, to the mechanical systems of the telescope, to the optics and so forth. So we were able to break those things apart into smaller tasks, which we're able to then give to the more experienced students or the less experienced students.
So I've been working in the high bay, which is this large structure attached to the building that houses the gondola for the project. The gondola is the part of the telescope that's being lifted via balloon into space. So I've been working a lot with the electronics mounting for the gondola. Some of the systems I've been working with are the power distribution system, the navigation system, and the breakout system.
My individual project this summer was dealing with the cooling system for the cryostat. In order to detect the right data from gas clouds, the detectors for the telescope have to be very cool, and they're cooled with liquid helium inside of a giant refrigerator, essentially. And so my project was building a motorized valve that will release the helium from the tank on the telescope's descent back to Earth.
It's really important that we test the solar panels to make sure that we'll have enough power in flight for the electronics. Part of the testing includes modeling the behavior of the flight. We need to know what the angle will be to the sun, and we need to know what the sun's intensity will be in order to correctly identify how much power we'll need to fly the gondola.
So I designed the frame that's going to mount the solar panels on the gondola and will eventually power all the systems. I had to design something that was lightweight, structurally stable, and would hold the solar panels without breaking them or clamping them too hard. So I used computer software to design them, and then we had them welded and built at a company in Philadelphia, and then they were shipped here. We plan on attaching the solar panels to them, wiring them up, and mounting them on the gondola.
So coming into Penn, I had heard it's a research institution, but I never really had a great understanding of what that meant. But after just one summer working in Dr. Devlin's physics lab, I now have a very good understanding of what that means. To me, it means working with people that are specialists in their field from all across the world and helping to advance our understanding of the universe.
It's really exciting that the 6 of us started this internship knowing almost nothing about BLAST, and then by the end of it have all made our own significant contributions to the project.